continuing with my setup for my MOPA 100-watt fiber laser, I saw that there's also some auxiliary pieces that needed to be set up. So I emailed Eon and they sent me over a PDF guide on how to do this, walking me through the steps. I'm going to show you guys, so hopefully it'll help someone else too. This would be for the fan and to get this light working. The kit came with my fiber laser. It could be additional for yours, so make sure you double check. The fiber laser auxiliary package is made so it could extract fumes that the fiber laser creates and also just provide a more illuminated surface area, giving you more light to look at your engraving surface. According to the setup guide, I really don't need that much that they didn't provide me with. I'll need my fan and light installation kit, an Allen key set, which came with my original CO2 laser and also my fiber laser, a screwdriver, wire snips, and also wire strippers. So, I don't know. Let's see how this goes and how easy it is. The first thing that it did was go over the light. Now, it actually appears that my light is already mounted onto the machine. However, I did need to tighten these up using the Allen wrench that was provided. So I would just make sure you do that. It is perfectly around the lens of the fiber laser, and the wire is actually already going into the machine and looks like it's fed through. So that might not be the case on all of them, but it was luckily the case for me. Next, I'm grabbing the fan mount and was told to install on the lowest available slot to the left of the laser arm, which is over here. There's a couple different holes that you can see, and it looks like this one will be going right here. It is threaded on one side, and I'm just going to screw it in. It did say to make sure it was vertical, so I'm gonna stop filming so I can use both hands to do this. Next, I'm supposed to take this fan right here and click it into place on the mounting bracket. There. Actually, I'm going to take this and rotate it so that this wire is hanging down and easily accessible. So I'm going to click that again. Snap. There's the wire. And there we go. Next step is retrieving this power cable from the kit that it came with and plugging it into the back of the machine. So I am going to spin this machine around. As you can see, it is unplugged for safety measures. And I'm going to look down here. This must be where the 4-prong adapter goes. So plug that in right there. Screw it in nice and tight. The next step is to just plug everything into the designated port. So it looks like this one goes here, and this one goes here to the light. I did want to point out, I just flipped the fan auxiliary around because this has to have the hose that will go out the window and to extract the fumes, and that way it's kind of sucking out the fumes. So it was backwards, but here's the plug right here. It's still easily accessible. I'm gonna go ahead and plug these in. Now everything should be ready to go. I plugged in the fiber laser and I am going to start it up. Remember to follow on 1, on 2, on 3. So twist and let it go. Turn that on. And when everything is ready, go ahead and turn the key to the laser source. Now, the controls to the light and the fan are actually on top of my fiber laser. So if I push this button, oh my goodness, it's so bright. That is set up and ready to go. And the fan is running too. This should be all set up and ready to go. The last few things that came in the auxiliary box were these cards to do practice testing on, and I actually tried that yesterday without the light and everything being set up. The first time was not so hot, but then I think I did it pretty well the second run. And also, these brackets right here will go on here in order to be able to set up jigs and to be able to hold down materials. So I'm going to hold on to those two and put them aside. But other than that, she's looking good. I am back with one more piece of information. This little guy here was something that was also included in the auxiliary clip, and I wasn't sure what it was supposed to do, so I asked. And what it's supposed to do is lock the, go into the tower to lock the height of, oh my gosh, we call this focal distance on the CO2, but hopefully it's called the same thing. It'll lock the measurement. It's on here on the strip. It's also on the back in centimeters. And this can be moved up and down with the handle right here. But if you put the handle in there, it will lock the height, or it'll lock in the height so that you can't bump it or turn it anymore. And it just screws right in very easily. I think it's harder to hold the phone straight than it is to screw this in. So you can see I'm pushing it tight. And yes, there is very little to no wiggle room on here. If I loosen it up, it very easily allows me to move the tower to the fiber laser up and down. Hope that helps you too. But wait, there's more. I forgot these guys.
To connect the hose out the back of the fiber laser, all you need is this metal ring, a screwdriver, and of course, the hose that you're going to attach. Slide the hose onto the open area of the fan and clamp it down with the metal ring using the screwdriver so it's nice and tight and air doesn't leak through. The other end can go through whatever ventilation system you're using, but in my case, I'm just using the window. And there you have it, the complete setup for my EMP 100 watt MOPA fiber laser. And if you think that this tutorial has been helpful for you, make sure that you follow along for more tip talks and head on over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm so grateful that I get to work with you guys every day.